Hello everyone. Alright, I just got finished watching SmackDown, so I'm gonna have both a review of Raw and SmackDown in one video, and this is gonna be called WrestleMania Overview. 33. So, starting off with Raw. Okay, Raw was pretty good today. Yesterday. They had a couple things with Triple H and Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins might not be able to wrestle at WrestleMania 33, but instead he will be there at WrestleMania in some way or form. So that's one thing to look forward to. Triple H might end up wrestling Finn Balor or Sami Zayn. Alright, that's just the options. But then Kevin Owens and Goldberg, they kind of had something there. So that was also good for the show, I believe. I don't know how KO is going to realistically beat Goldberg, but I would say that the chances he has is by cheating. So, the best way he can. And then on other news, there is a couple tag team developments. There's the Gallows and Anderson Big Cass match, I believe. I think it was just a singles match, and then there was the segment with, I believe, the New Day got involved with another tag team, but the Shining Stars end up facing the Big Show, so there's that. And which is interesting because a lot of these teams, like the Rusev and Jinder Mahal, Shining Stars, are getting a chance to be on Raw like this for 3 hours. So you might get a WrestleMania Tag Team Championship match. You never know. As for the Big Show, that's actually pretty interesting because Shaq is actually saying he does not want to wrestle the Big Show. That's basically what's being said. And I'm not surprised. There's no heat there either, I would rather see JaVale McGee versus Shaq than Big Show versus Shaq because there's no heat. There's no, actual fire anymore. It's not 2009 where you could say, hey, I kind of want to see this match because there's sort of heat there, Last year in the Battle Royal was kind of like the blow-off to that. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's kind of what happened. But Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, they closed the show. That was pretty epic battle. Nice sprawl they did at the end. But one of these two men, mark my words, one of these two men will face The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Everyone's saying, all the dirt sheets, all the news channels are saying it's Roman Reigns. It makes a whole lot of sense because he eliminated The Undertaker at the Royal Rumble. However, The Undertaker and Braun Strowman would be a meaningful match because of how Braun Strowman is booked so overpowerful. So, it might be Braun, but it's probably going to be Roman Reigns. Okay, and now, I think I'll cover SmackDown. There was Samoa Joe, Cesaro. It's a pretty good match. Then Sami Zayn attacked Samoa Joe. And they're going to have a match at Fastlane. It's going to be a pretty awesome match. After that, just some good stuff from Raw. A lot of Mick Foley promos. And the Stephanie McMahon thing, I think. Mick Foley stays as a general manager unnumbered, so maybe Kurt Angle replacing him. Alright, and now on to SmackDown. Alright, so on the SmackDown side, they were lit. So, I can only cover the things that I partially watched. Alright, I'm skimming through it. I think after Fastlane, things are going to get a whole lot more interesting for WrestleMania season. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in this video. So, for SmackDown, we're going to start up with the Cherish match, even though it was towards the end. It was the last official match. The Cherish match was pretty good, Getting Dolph Ziggler involved with this Kalisto Apollo Crews thing, ended it off. And Apollo Crews, interestingly enough, had one of the worst Black History Months out of every African American wrestler on the roster. The way he's been beaten up has just been so unfair. And the crowd's been cheering for it. It's kind of like, What in the world, man? Racism. But talk about some race things later. All right. Dolph won the match. A couple other things. It was a 2 out of 3 falls match. Becky Lynch won that one. It might be a multi-woman SmackDown Championship match, just like the Raw with Nia Jax, Sasha Banks, Charlotte, and Bayley. So that's going to be probably a fatal 4-way for the show. And if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, AJ Styles, Luke Harper. Winner gets to face Bray Wyatt for the WWE Championship. Now you knew there'd be some confusion here because it's supposed to be just Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt. But they had to do something to shake it up a little bit. This was a really nice twist, I think. But I really hope AJ Styles is in the actual match, making the triple threat match with Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, which is going to lead me to what's going to happen later on tonight with Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. AJ Styles won the match. He sort of won it clean, but Shane was there. He restarted the match. So it's looking like Shane's probably going to end up still with AJ Styles. AJ Styles still facing Shane. But, maybe Shane's a special guest referee. It's a triple threat match. Or maybe you get Shane, AJ, and if AJ Styles wins, then he gets to get inserted into the WWE Championship match again. Even though he won the match clean, he's supposed to fight Bray Wyatt. Okay, so later on in the night, Randy Orton had probably one of the coolest videos in any professional wrestling Jumbotron scene. Like, he burned a shack that was supposedly Bray Wyatt's old campgrounds with Sister Abigail. Like, it was very poetic, symbolic. I mean, it meant a lot of things for the Bray Wyatt character, his gimmick. I mean, he basically just destroyed his home, his family, like, with the Luke Harper thing from the very beginning. Like, if you heard some of the promos he got before he joined the Wyatt family, I mean, this was some of the most creative booking I think they could have done for Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton. If they had AJ Styles, just a great wrestling decision. But hey, I would say this, if they had Luke Harper, that'd be right. But he might be involved in the IC title, Baron Corbin and Dean Ambrose had a good promo back and forth. They might have a match that kind of like, I would classify them as a sort of a to be WrestleMania matchup, one that's in the making. It's supposed to happen, but this is the one thing with the brand split. It's kind of messed up. It's kind of actually messed up the fusion for WrestleMania season, because right now matches were already supposed to be announced, at least 4 or 5 of them. But what happened was, the way the brand split works, Fastlane is really the last stopping point officially, even though they had Fastlane before. It was Roadblock that was put in that. So Roadblock was put in to try to interfere with the matches that are already set up. SmackDown's doing that on a weekly basis, but the thing is, they're doing that just to set up other things or just to spread out time because of what Raw's doing. Raw really hasn't announced any matches. You got so many pieces still to come, like Finn Balor. I mean, the questions on Seth Rollins. I mean, what matches is Mojo gonna have? Then which matches are Triple H gonna have? Like, all these kinds of things that they're trying to sort out for the Raw side. So Raw's trying to get its stuff together. Well, SmackDown's kind of already had it, but now it's trying to just spread it out. The thing is, Raw, it's not being really too creative like with the mind. They are kind of doing things in a traditional way, where SmackDown is going by and taking it a step further. So, Raw kind of needs to step its game up and be more creative and kind of challenge people's minds a little bit. People think Kevin Owens attacked Chris Jericho. They're no longer friends anymore, but what I'm saying is this. If they're able to actually trick the storyline a little bit and say they were just acting like that on purpose, just to trick Goldberg, and that's how they're going to beat him at Fastlane, working together, or even lose, that will be the biggest twist in WrestleMania season. Everyone knows that Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho was supposed to be the match, but with Finn Balor returning, he's due the Universal title rematch, so you can make it a triple threat with Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, and Finn Balor, and then Sami Zayn could be injected, or will be put in that feud, or he could fight Chris Jericho, or just Kevin Owens alone. It's all these kinds of options that they have at their disposal, this Raw. And that's the one thing they have. They can be completely unpredictable if they want to be. Alright, that's about it for the WrestleMania overview. But I'll see you about sometime tomorrow. Subscribe.